Hey everyone, today I'm joined by Nick Daragalskev from aVers Cloud Solutions. aVers Cloud Solutions is a 100% cloud-based bookkeeping practice that also specializes in cash flow management for small and medium businesses. Nick has over 10 years of experience in the field as a certified data engineer, combining his passion for accounting to deliver A-class cash flow visualization reports to clients. Nick, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
No, cool. You said you have multiple different dashboards up and running and showing you your different clients and how they're performing, not just on a financial, but also sometimes on a process level perspective. That's something that I'm actually keen to dig a bit more deeper on. So I know you've had, over 10 years of experience in this field. Have you seen a shift in the hands-on nature of these decision makers? Do you feel that now they are more interested in the data and more interested in visualization tools that help them understand what's happening on within their business? Because a lot of the accounting practices I've spoken to, right, they're moving beyond the archaic mold of accounting work, bookkeeping work, and tax preparation to now also include, advisory functions, which are a byproduct of having access to, cash flow forecasting and data visualization tools. Do you see this as a result of, the demand of small business owners?
Yes, because they see that it's possible. When software is sold, any type of software, they show all these graphs and beautiful pictures, and they try to engage with the emotional side, because majority of our decision making when we buy something, it's emotion, not logic behind it. We justify it with the logic, some more than others, but we all make decision on the emotional level. So when that is purchased, they then starting to imagine things that software is not providing. And this, in majority of cases, is the spot that they had in their hand, but they could never actually see. Yes, point of sale systems provide you with a lot of visualization and a lot of reports and a lot of things. However, it's only one point of sale or 2 points of sales or all point of sale, but it's not all of your business.
Correct.
There's more to the business than just sale. There's a lot of things that are involved. So, and here we again trying to replace that part and make it happen. And for 10 years, I've been facing the same problem. So we started with zero and always been working with zero. And this idea of real-time data was always not achieved because something is delayed constantly, but slowly we're going towards it. And in addition to restrictions within the technology itself, which is slowly solvable, you get these gaps in the processes within the business and shift in the responsibilities. So yes, this real-time need for real-time data or data itself and reliable data is huge. However, the process of going into the mode as an advisor and saying, oh, if data is entered properly, it's all easy, is something that it needs to be murdered, because that is so not true nowadays. Who now is taking the responsibility of controlling it and introducing the processes and explaining it to the business owner and making sure that it's flowing from A to B? This is more important than just, okay, this is the dashboard, this is your visits from Instagram, and this is your number of bills that you received. And each of these elements, even though visits from Instagram, and then client goes, okay, well, what kind of visits? If I go from my phone and click it on the app, and then I go to the computer, is that 2 visits or is it a 1 visit?
What's unique? How detailed is the visit? What's the click through?
Or what's the, then you go a little bit further. Okay, well, within our sales process, we have all these visits, but why are we billing only this amount?
What page are they
so
dropping
what's
off?
happening in between? Or it might not be even page, it might be something else because you might sell service. So you cannot track the whole thing. Are there any mechanisms in between? Then to financial side of things, what is actually happening and how it's happening with the purchasing stock or purchasing whatever software it's related, because every new piece of software comes with huge ROIs. So beneficial in majority of cases it is. But does the business owner really understand what the advantage is and how they leverage it?
Yeah, no, definitely.
So I'm not trying to overcomplicate things. What I'm trying to say is that we now have these gaps that are empty, that they're automated, but there is no one to educate and tell the client what is actually going on.
Yeah.
And the client themselves, in majority of cases, don't care, because at the end of the day, if their sales go up, but they start to care when something goes wrong. And when something goes wrong, it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I think the huge step, and I was so glad to see that you guys started to do this little data studio integrations, for example. This is very important because I extract data through the APIs. I can connect to the API, I can run a code, I can extract it. I know exactly how frequently it updated, etc. However, majority of accountants and etc. they wouldn't. Correct. And they shouldn't really. And I would rather prefer not to. It's much more cost effective for me to get a service like yours, get that data in. I know ins and outs of it. And actually during the few integration process that I had with you guys, I asked questions, and majority of sales teams, they cannot provide you with the answers that you guys do because they're so focused on this emotional part of things.
Yes.
No, I want to know nitty gritty. Yeah. I want to know that this data is updated every 12 hours or every hour or every 15 minutes. What is actually happening?
Yeah.
What kind of data? So basically, at any given point of time, you need to know that if someone pushes a button on that end, how fast it gets to the report.
Yeah.
And now we have layers of things that are going in between, and it's very hard to tell.
Yeah,
but if
definitely.
someone is making the decision based on the data that it's flowing through, that needs to be clearly explained, and someone who advises on it need to understand it. So accounting paradigm is changing a lot because accountants are the ones who are taking over this role. And my big message is you don't need to be an IT specialist. You don't need to be a programmer. You don't need to be a data engineer. But you need to learn a little bit about data engineering.
Yeah.
And learn how that data flows through. Because when client asks you, oh, why on your cash flow prediction, there is a little bump here, and you need to be able to explain that it's a seasonality and it uses the data in this particular way from the previous period. So it's expecting, so it will go up. Maybe not to the exact formula how it's done, even though that would be demanded by an engineer, for example. There was a big thing when a whole calculation, for example, done, and we used to do it by hand from beginning till the end of the system that is installed somewhere. But now, the software is used in real life, and a lot of engineers of my generation start to come in. For us, it's just to push a button. Yeah. But then someone older goes, no, you will tell me what happened in between here and here and here and here. Yeah. Not because I'm picky, not because but because in some cases your life will depend on it.
Yeah. No,
we deal with financial data.
No, that's exactly the point that I was actually going to lead to, right? Accountants they don't need to become data engineering specialists, but they definitely need to have a basic level of understanding. And I think it's something, as you mentioned, that's a current gap in the industry because the shift towards technology has been so rapid. And the time in which accountants, bookkeeping professionals have had to adopt, learn, and master these unique skill sets hasn't really been available to them.